Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to talking about the if statement in C++. The ability to control the flow of your program, letting it make decision on what code to execute is valuable to the programmer. The if statements allow you to control if a program enter a section of code or not based on whether a given condition is true or false. So we're just using the if statements. So this lecture will help you to learn about the if statement in C++. Let's just see the basic syntax of the if statements, that how if statements work. You just simply use a keyword named if, then test expressions, okay, or any of the expressions here, and then here you just write a statement. So here you just execute this statement. So the if statements evaluate the test expression inside parentheses. You just see here it will test the expressions inside the parentheses. Let's just see how the result which is test is greater than 5. So it will test this expressions inside the parentheses. If test expressions is evaluated true, means if test is greater than 5, means this is true. So the statement inside the body of if is execute. If expression is evaluated to false, the statement inside the body of if statement is skipped and will go to the next statement. Let's just see the example of this if statement in C++. I just simply write hash include and input out to string. Then using namespace and std. Here I just print the main function, and after this main function I just create a variable name which is number. Then here I just write cout, which is enter an integer or enter a number. Okay, now just close this code here, and then I just take the user input with the help of cin. Now number, I just take a user input as a number here. Now this is the time to add if statement. So it will now I'm just using if statement. So if is a keyword here, remember that, and then number which is greater than 0. Okay, so it will check if the number is positive or not. So here I just write cout, and then cout here is I just write here you enter a positive integer. Okay, and then I just print the number with that output statement, and then here I just write end line for the single line break here. So this is our if statements in C++. Like I just check statements mean expressions here, like if and the number which is greater than 0. Then it will print that result if this statement is not true. So it will go to the another statement which is cout, and then here I just write this statement is always executed. Means if this statement is not true, so that statement will be executed right here. Okay, now here I just write return 0. So I just return this all statement. Now I just run this code right now. So here it's need a user input as the integer, enter an integer. So I just enter 6 right here. So you can see here it asking me you enter a positive integer which is 6, and this statement is always executed. You can see here this statement is always executed because there is no if or else statement with that. So this is simply the output. Okay, so I just remove this one and then execute right here. So first of all I just run this code right now, and then run here, and then add. So I just add minus value here means the negative value here. So negative minus 6. So you can see here it will not give me the result right here. So you can see right now minus 6. So you can see here this statement is always executed, but that will not give me the result as the negative integer, because you can see here, because I just simply write the if statements, it's always work with the positive integer, not the negative integer. So this is the simple program with the if statements. If you find any of the problem regarding to this lecture, please let me know, and you can ask your question at Udemy question and answer section. Thanks for watching this lecture.